are starting to get really interested with U.S. immigration. Can Donald Trump give you a green? Hey guys, before you file for your spouse, Hey there, friends. Come on in. We're going to have our live session today. Come on in. It's good to see you. Freedom Now. I have some great immigration news to share with you in this one, and I'll be live again before you guys this weekend on social media. So certainly follow me at McBean Immigration Law on TikTok and on Facebook and Instagram. But for now, come on in and say hello and bring your wonderful energy and wonderful vibes. I see that Dubai is in the house. Hey there, Jeffrey, good to see you. Good to see you. We have some great immigration news to touch on today. All day, we've been so busy around here working on various cases, as well as getting up to speed on some very important developments with the Biden parole in place. So come on in, say freedom now, give me some positive energy, some likes and hearts and all of that. All right. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients globally and certainly nationwide at McBean Law, where we represent clients in Florida, California, Georgia, Washington, D.C., New York, of course, and everywhere. Seattle, Washington, Chicago. Our clients are everywhere, and we have the privilege of serving them. Go to our website to see what we do with immigration and our success rate. Read our reviews, Google reviews, and make your decision. We're going to be talking about some important news in this session. So, by the way, no questions. I'm not going to answer questions in this forum. I have several live sessions coming up over the next few days in which I will be diving into your immigration questions. So stay tuned and certainly follow me on social media, again on TikTok, primarily Instagram, of course, at McBean Immigration Law, so that you will be in the loop. Now, we're going to talk about the very first big news, friends, that we're going to touch on is the fact that USCIS is actually serious about the Biden parole in place. Okay, some of us were a bit nervous over the last few weeks, wondering if this is really going to happen. And the answer is yes, it is really going to happen. And as a matter of fact, yesterday, USCIS took the initiative and sent emails and text messages to people all across the country who had filed an I-601A application to waive unlawful presence because those individuals were slated for an embassy process because they could not adjust their status here in the United States. And USCIS sent an email that's called Keeping Families Together, which is their way of talking about PIP, parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizens and the stepchildren. And in the email, USCIS noted that on Monday, August 19th, the application process will open up and that this will be an electronic process. So this is going to be an electronic process that your lawyer or us, for those of you who we have the honor of helping with this wonderful process, it's going to be entirely electronic. And I also had shared yesterday, late last night, I did a video for you guys about the email. And this is the email right here. And one thing that you guys need to know is this. Even individuals who are not eligible for PIP got this email. They are people who had entered the United States, perhaps with a K-1 fiancé visa, and they're not eligible to adjust their status for various reasons. Even those individuals got this email. So be very careful about thinking whether by getting this email, it means you're eligible for PIP. That's not the case for everyone, because PIP again requires 10 years minimum of continuous residence in the United States as of the cutoff date of June 17th, 2024. It also requires marriage to a U.S. citizen by that date. It also requires that you do not have disqualifying crimes and some other factors. And it also, most importantly, requires that you did not enter the United States with a visa in your name. And I'm adding that for a reason. But anyway, speak with your immigration lawyer or us about that aspect of things. But guys, just know that this email got a lot of people very excited, us included, and it says that you have been identified as having filed an I-601A application. Non-citizen spouses and stepchildren of U.S. citizens with pending I-601A applications may be eligible for keeping families together. USCIS will begin accepting applications for this process on August 19th. You must create a My USCIS account to apply. For more information about this, go to USCIS's website, uscis.gov/KFT, because KFT apparently has a ring to it, right? KFT. The next important related news about PIP, guys, parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizens and stepchildren, is that today, a few hours ago, while I was in consultations, USCIS published a guide, a filing guide that they say, a filing guide that shares with individuals what to do or how to file this application. And I'm going to jump on the screen because I was so excited when I saw this in the filing guide. I just got to put up my hands. PIP, friends, also is extended to widows and widowers and stepchildren whose U.S. citizen step-parent has passed away. This is super, super exciting. I got chills when I saw that in the guide. And it says that you, as a widow or widower, needed to have been married to that U.S. citizen by that cutoff date of June 17th, 2024. Okay? So widows, hear me clearly, and I'm looking for the language here. I didn't put that on the screen, but this weekend I'll get into more details with you guys about this. So if you're a widow, oh my gosh, this is so tiny. If you're a widow or widower, USCIS has, the government is allowing you to do this. And I'm going to read the language to you guys here. It's in the guide, and it says that if your U.S. citizen spouse or step-parent has died prior to submitting your parole request, you may still qualify for parole in place as a non-citizen spouse or stepchild of a U.S. citizen as long as a legally valid marriage was entered into on or before June 17th, 2024. So that's in the guide. The application filing fee for this process is also published, and it's $580. $580 is the application filing fee for PIP. USCIS told us in its guide that it is not accepting any fee waivers or exemptions with this process. It's not available at this time for this process. So the application fee, again, is $580. So this is super exciting. So whenever you see keeping families together, USCIS is referring to the Biden parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizens and the stepchildren who are qualified for this. Follow me this weekend, guys, as I will be popping up on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, maybe YouTube. I'll see how it goes, to provide some answers to the questions that you have for me. You can contact us also for help with your PIP case by going to McBeanlaw.com/PIP, where you're going to start off by submitting a very quick form that will determine whether we think potentially you're eligible for PIP, and we'll contact you after you submit your form and schedule a consultation with you to go deeper. Again, parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizens will open up on Monday, August 19th, and USCIS is serious about this, and they're urging you to get your documents together, begin assembling your evidence so that you are ready to go. Even the attorneys at our office, I had one in my office earlier today saying, we've got to do this right away. We've got to file it right away. And I said, okay. Yes. Are you going to camp out in the office over the next 2 weeks? Right? We have that sense of urgency because we want to get you started and we want to do this for you. So reach out to us at McBeanlaw.com/PIP to fill out the form to get going. So that's great news. Now let's go back over to the other immigration news that's going on this week that I think you really need to also know about. And guys, it's about politics. Real quickly, the Kamala Harris campaign is starting to talk tough about border security. She is, and I've alluded to this in other videos, in which she is shifting to a tough on immigration stance, countering Republicans' criticisms of the Biden administration's handling of border security. She has new TV ads out there highlighting her background as a prosecutor and other border control measures. She's promising to enhance border security, increase the number of border agents, and address issues like fentanyl and human trafficking. She's also emphasizing her experience as California's Attorney General, talking about things related to transnational crime that she tackled while she was AG of California. And she's also talking about, guys, and we've highlighted this for you to see as well, a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. She has not left that off the table. Although she's talking tough these days, she's also trying to balance it out, friends, with pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants.
So here is my pledge to you. As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law and show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like.
Okay. She sounds pretty tough there, right? She sounds tough. Let's talk about what real leadership looks like. So this is the rhetoric coming from the Democratic presidential nominee, Kamala Harris, who is now getting tough with immigration and taking on Donald Trump. But one thing that you guys need to also understand related to all of the talk and the shift in momentum towards Kamala Harris is that the Republicans still have an advantage poll-wise over the topic of immigration. They are still ahead. They are still perceived as the party with the answers to the immigration problems that our country has. But Kamala Harris is still talking she's also talking about the decline in border crossings, which, by the way, the numbers have dropped significantly. And she's also talking about high-profile drug lord arrests that the administration has made, and she's taken the credit for all of that, of course. I mean, why not, right? So this is going on. So the candidates will be debating in September, and we'll hear more, obviously, in the coming days about her plans for immigration. But I thought you needed to understand that she's talking about being tough on immigration with respect to the border, and then she's also talking about a potential pathway to citizenship. Guys, as you're coming on board, say freedom now, freedom now, freedom now, and let me know if you're enjoying this format. We had to change it up for you because we needed to. It was time to do that. Okay, so now the next issue, guys, that I really want you to understand is that some states are really taking the ICE offices in certain states are really taking the issue of deportation very seriously these days. Massachusetts is one of those states. Liberal Massachusetts, okay? They are in the process, guys, of having these record numbers of deportation cases. Massachusetts immigration courts seeing record number of deportations. Federal immigration authorities in Massachusetts are on track to file a record number of deportation cases this year, with over 44,000 new cases already submitted in the first 9 months of this year alone. And this figure is expected to reach nearly 59,000 by September 30th, which surpasses the previous high of more than 54,000 cases from the last fiscal year. And this represents, this increase mirrors a national trend with a 300% rise in deportation cases from fiscal year 2018 to 2023. So Massachusetts, friends, is at least the immigration authorities in Massachusetts are placing a lot of people in removal. And most of these individuals obviously are the migrants who entered the country most recently. That's why I think there is such a surge in deportation cases, and I'm expecting other cities to have similar data. Once those cities actually publish those data, we will see what's really going on. But these folks, you might be saying, to yourself that, they're coming into the country and they're getting ahead, they're getting these benefits and advantages that, I don't have. But what you should understand is that these people are being placed in removal proceedings and they are not going anywhere as far as benefits are concerned. And if they do get a benefit like a work permit or a social security card, the work permit is temporary, okay? Temporary. Many of these individuals are not eligible for lawful status in the United States through adjustment of status. They will not get a green card. So we're going to wrap up right now. Those are the top news. If you'd like to read more immigration news, we sent out our top 7 earlier tonight to our subscribers on our email list. Subscribe today at McBeanlaw.com/subscribe so that you'll be in the loop as well. Also, on Sunday, we have an amazing testimonial that we'll be publishing involving a case of first cousins, and I'll just tease you with that. But check your email on Sunday for our good news testimonial story about the case, a recent case that we won. Friends, be with me this weekend as I pop up and do Q&As related to the Biden parole in place. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well, so that you'll be in the loop on those live sessions. Follow me at McBean Immigration Law on those social media platforms. The Biden administration is serious about PIP. Monday is the day that the application process will open up. Read the instructions that they've put out today. The guide, it's only a guide. We're still waiting on the Federal Register, which really will break this down for us. That has not been published yet. We're expecting that to come out on Monday, as a matter of fact. And in the Federal Register notice, it will tell us what those disqualifying crimes are. And I will certainly be breaking it down for you guys, God willing, of course. And so stick with me over the next few days. Thanks so much for being with me in today's broadcast, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.